Welcome to the final step of our solar system activity. Throughout the previous steps, you have learned how to add 3D objects in this 3D space, how to make objects move around each other, and how to make them say something when your mouse hovers over those objects, right? So we are going to use all of those functionalities that we have learned to build our very own solar system. Now, until our previous steps, we only added Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. But now you will have access to all the planets that you can add. So let me show you. We are going to first start by adding the sun at the center, right? So let's add the sun at the center of our solar system. Once you have added sun at the center of the solar system, now we can add the first planet, Mercury, right? So we are going to place this add Earth at a distance of 15 from the sun and change this Earth to Mercury. So now you can see when you click on the drop down, you can access all the planets and all the moons that we have in our 3D game. Okay, so I'm going to select the planet Mercury and I'm going to say add Mercury at a distance of 6 units from the sun. And then I'm going to make this Mercury move around sun. So bring out this move Earth around sun and change the planet Earth to Mercury. And let's say in 5 seconds. So we have added sun and Mercury. And then we have learned that the second planet is called Venus. So bring out this add Earth block again and say Venus. So add Venus at a distance of, I'm going to say 10 units from the sun, and then I'm going to say move Venus around sun in 10 seconds. 10 seconds is fine. Okay, so we have added sun, Mercury, Venus. Now let's add Earth. So add Earth at a distance of 15 units. That's fine. And move Earth around sun in, let's say, 12 seconds. Okay, so we have added Mercury, Venus, Earth. Now let's add the first moon of the Earth, right? So we are going to say add Earth at a distance, this block itself. But now I'm going to change this drop down menu to select moon. Okay, now add moon at a distance of, well, 15 units from the sun is wrong here, right? So we are going to say at a distance of, first of all, from what? So from Earth, and at a distance of 2 units from Earth. So now that we have added the moon, let's make the moon move around Earth. So to do that, we are going to use the move Earth around sun block again. But this time, change this Earth to moon, and then change this sun to Earth. So we are saying move moon around the sun, move moon around the Earth in 4 seconds. Okay, so as now that we have added all of these, let's add the other planets. So let's start by adding Mars. Add Earth at a distance of 15 units from the sun, and change Earth to Mars, and 15 to 21. Let's make Mars move around the sun. So move Mars around sun in how much time? In, let's say, 15 seconds. And now let's add what? Let's add the moons for Mars, right? So we are going to say add Earth block and change this to Phobos. Add Phobos at a distance of, from Mars, at a distance of 1 unit, right? And move Phobos around Mars. So move Phobos around Mars in a time of 2 seconds. Then we will say add Deimos, the second moon of Mars. So add Deimos here, this one, at a distance of 3 units from Mars. Okay, and then we will say move Deimos around Mars. So the moons move around their own planets. So add Deimos and move Deimos around Mars in 3 seconds. Let's do 3 seconds. Okay, so now these were the planets we even added in our previous step. So let's add some new planets now. So the next planet in our system is called Jupiter, and Jupiter is the largest planet of our solar system. It has around 175 moons as well. Oh, so Jupiter has 80 moons, you can see, and you'll see that there are the largest of the moons are called Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Okay, so let's add Jupiter. So first of all, we are going to say add Earth at a distance of 15 units, change Earth to Jupiter, and at a distance of, I'm going to say 30 units. Okay, or let's say, what does the instructions say? Let's read the instructions. So you can add Jupiter at a distance of 35 units. So let's add Jupiter at a distance of 35 units. Okay, now let's learn about the Jupiter's moons. So add Io at a distance of 3 units, right? So let's add this. Let's first make the Jupiter move around Sun. So we can make it move around Sun in 21 seconds, right? So let's make Jupiter move around Sun in 21 seconds. Okay, and then let's add the moons for Jupiter. So we are going to add Io at 3 units, Europa at 5 units, Ganymede at 7 units, and Callisto at 9 units from Jupiter. So we are going to add what? Io at 3 units from Jupiter. Okay, then let's just duplicate this block. So you can duplicate a block by right clicking on a block. Okay, and select add Callisto or Europa. First of all, Europa at a distance of 5 units from Jupiter. Then duplicate this block and add Ganymede at a distance of 7 units, right? And then duplicate this block again, and then we are going to change this to Callisto and add Callisto at a distance of 9 units from Jupiter. Once you have done all of this, we can make all 4 of its moons move around Jupiter. So we are going to bring this move Earth around Sun block again, but this time change this Earth to Io and move Io around Jupiter in 2 seconds. That's fine. Now duplicate this block, move block, and say move Europa around Jupiter in 3 seconds. We can make the next moon, that's Ganymede, move around Jupiter as well. So move Ganymede around Jupiter in how much? In 5 seconds. And then we will duplicate this and move Callisto around Jupiter in 7 seconds. Okay, so we can't add all 80 moons right now in this game, obviously. So we are going to add just 4 of the largest moons. So Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto are 4 of the largest moons of Jupiter's, and other moons are very small, so we are not going to add those. Okay, all of them have names. You can learn about those names on the web as well. Okay, so yeah, we have added 4 moons for Jupiter. Now let's add the next planet. So after Jupiter, the next planet is called Saturn, and Saturn is the only planet, well, it's not the only planet, but it is one of the planets that has a ring. So you must be aware of Saturn as a planet that has rings around its system. Okay, even there are this another planet, Uranus. It also has rings, but it's not that clearly visible. So we are going to use this add Earth block and add the planet Saturn. So let's add Saturn at a distance of what? So let's see. We added Jupiter at a distance of 35. And then the farthest moon that we are adding is at a distance of 9. So 35 plus 9, that's going to be 44. We have to ensure that Saturn is added at a distance that is larger than 44. So I'm going to say 50 units from the Sun. Okay. And then we will make Saturn move around Sun. So we can make Saturn move around Sun in how much time? So Jupiter is moving around the Sun in 21 seconds. So something larger than 21. So we will say move Saturn around the Sun in 35 seconds. Okay. And now you can just add the other planets. So the next planet, Saturn, and then we have Uranus. Uranus is one of the other planets that has rings. Okay. So we will say add, and then we will say Uranus at a distance of what? At a distance of 60 from the Sun. As the planets go far away, the distance increases. And the time they take to move around the Sun also increases. So add Uranus at a distance of 60 units from the Sun and move Uranus around the Sun in 45 seconds. Okay, so we have added Uranus, and then the last planet we are going to add is called Neptune. Neptune is the farthest planet away from the Earth, away from the Sun, sorry, and you can add it by placing this at Earth and changing it to Neptune. Okay, add Neptune at a distance of what? So larger than 60, that's going to be any number that's larger than 60. I'm going to keep it as 72. Okay, and we will make it move around the Sun. We'll make Neptune move around the Sun in 60 seconds, in 1 minute. Okay, so we have added all the planets and all the moons. Hopefully this will work. Along with this, we have the mouse hover interaction, so we can use this to interact with the planet. So I'm just going to say move mouse, when mouse hovers over Earth, let Earth say hello, I am Earth, and duplicate this block, and say when mouse hovers over Mars, let Mars say hello, I am Mars. You can add similar blocks for all the other planets as well, but I'm just going to add the mouse interaction for Earth and Mars. Okay, and also don't forget to add stars and add the background. So let's do that. Adding stars, add stars, set the background. I'm going to do this at the top of our code in the when green play button play, and then change hiding the grid, hiding the orbits. Okay, so now that your code is ready, all we have to do is click on the green play button and your solar system will be visible. So you can see that we have all the 8 planets of our solar system, and all of them are moving around our Earth. Now you can move around them, you can move in this space, and let's go watch our Jupiter. So you see, I'm just using my arrow keys to move around Jupiter, and you can see its 5 moons are moving around it. Let's look at Saturn. Saturn is there, it has rings. There's Uranus. Uranus also has rings. It's vertical. Okay, the rings of Uranus are vertical and compared to the rings of Saturn, you can see. Okay, and then the farthest planet is called Neptune. So there we have Neptune. Let's see how far we are away from all the other planets. How far away are we? That is so far. The universe is so large, right? Okay, so I'm just moving slightly more far away to view the entire solar system. And you can see I can view all the planets, everything moving around the Sun. The Sun is the center of our solar system, and we have all the planets moving around the Sun. We have all the moons moving around their planets. There's so many more components to our solar systems. There's asteroids, there's comets, there's Pluto, the farthest dwarf planet. It's called a dwarf planet. It's not considered a planet anymore. Pluto is considered as a dwarf planet. It is the farthest object in our solar system. It is even farther away from Neptune. Okay, So, okay, once your code is ready, all you have to do is click on the finish button and you will be able to claim your certificate and complete the activity.